Hidden between the cold mountains of Italy was a quiet village named Rafti. The nights there were always unsettling. Dark clouds filled the sky, and with the strong winds, the distant sound of church bells echoed through the valley. It was late at night. Vittorio, a skinny 14-year-old boy, was walking back home with a small pouch in his hand. He had just bought bread and cheese from the village shop. The road was completely empty. Suddenly he heard footsteps behind him. Vittorio stopped. He felt someone standing very close, breathing. The presence felt tall, unnaturally tall. He slowly turned around. Nothing just then. Lightning flashed across the sky for a brief moment. Vittorio saw a horrifying figure standing on the road. A creature made of stitched body parts, rotting flesh, copper wires coming out from its skin. A terrible smell filled the air. The monster stood still, smiling in its hand. It carried the half-decayed body of an animal, wires hanging from it. Vittorio's throat dried up. Without thinking, he ran. As he ran, he could hear heavy footsteps chasing him. He reached the church and looked back. The creature disappeared into the darkness, terrified. Vittorio rushed to his Uncle Aaron's house, where he had been staying for the past few days. 2 months earlier, Vittorio's parents had died. People called it an accident, but Vittorio knew better. When their bodies were found, strange burn marks, acid scars, and copper wires were discovered near them. His Uncle Aaron, a former surgeon, often said that Vittorio's parents were working on experiments that interfered with nature itself. Since then, Vittorio lived in constant fear. One night, while sleeping, Vittorio suddenly felt extreme cold. A strong wind entered the room. His window was open. That was impossible. He always closed it before sleeping. As he moved toward the window, he noticed a tall shadow outside. Thunder roared. Lightning struck. And there it was again. The monster. This time, it was holding the severed heads of Vittorio's parents. Vittorio screamed and ran to his uncle. But when Aaron came to the room, there was nothing. Vittorio had a high fever. Aaron gave him medicine and put him back to bed. The next morning, Vittorio saw something disturbing outside his room. Dead animals. Their bodies were unnaturally joined together. Burn marks covered their skin. Thin copper wires lay scattered around them, as if someone was building something. Vittorio tried to show this to his uncle, but when they returned, everything was gone. The villagers slowly started believing Vittorio was losing his mind. He cried when alone. He talked only about the monster. Sometimes he was seen carrying dead animals, begging people for help. During those days, many scientists believed that electricity could bring dead bodies back to life. Inspired by such ideas, a writer named Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. Doctors assumed Vittorio was confusing fiction with reality. People mocked him. Vittorio stopped leaving the house. But Uncle Aaron believed him. One night, he revealed the truth. Vittorio's parents were indeed attempting to revive a dead body. The body was created by stitching together different human parts. One of the bodies used belonged to a man who had died painfully during an experiment. His spirit never left. That spirit possessed the artificial body and took revenge. Suddenly, the lights flickered. Windows slammed. Cold wind rushed in. A terrible smell of rotting flesh filled the house. Aaron lit a candle in its light. Vittorio saw a massive shadow behind his uncle. The candle went out. When it was lit again, the monster stood there, white glowing eyes, burned face, copper wires embedded into its body. Aaron stepped back, his foot tangled in a wire. The monster grabbed his neck. Electric shocks surged through his body. Within seconds, he was dead. Neighbors arrived after hearing screams. They found Vittorio crying. Beside his uncle's lifeless body, copper wires surrounded it. Burn marks covered his skin. The monster was gone. But this time, people believed Vittorio. Vittorio was sent far away to a boarding school in France. But even after he left, strange deaths continued. Burned animals, burned humans, and copper wires everywhere. Slowly, the village was abandoned. Even today, people say that monster that Frankenstein still wanders near Refty Village. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Shadows Behind You